strength in the storm. Life is not always calm skies and quiet waters. There are storms, emotional, physical, spiritual, and sometimes they come all at once. But listen closely. You were not made to be broken. You were made to stand strong. Stand up to your obstacles and do something about them. You'll find they haven't half the strength you think they have. This message is for the weary, for the overwhelmed, for anyone going through a storm. These words are your shelter, a place of strength, renewal, and truth. Take a deep breath. Let go of the tension in your shoulders. Quiet your thoughts, because you're about to remember just how powerful you really are. Redefining the storm. Let's begin by redefining the storm. The storm is not your enemy, it is your teacher. When the winds rise, you find your anchor. When the rains pour, your roots go deeper. Every person you admire has been through something. It wasn't the success that made them strong, it was the struggle. Consider Thomas Edison. He failed over 1,000 times before successfully inventing the light bulb. Each failure was a storm, but it taught him something vital. The storm shaped his tenacity. It refined his method. It trained his resilience. Your storm is doing the same for you. Storms do not mean you are off course. Sometimes they are proof you're moving forward. A ship at dock never feels the storm, but a ship that's moving, that's on a mission, does. So if you're feeling resistance, it might mean you're on the right path. Repeat to yourself, I am stronger than I feel. I have everything I need within me. This season is shaping me, not breaking me. Every challenge holds the seed of a greater version of you. Trust that, believe in it.
Hold on.
Let's talk about fear. Fear thrives in silence. It grows when we isolate, when we hold our pain alone. But the moment we face it, speak it, move despite it, it begins to lose its grip. Action is a great restorer and builder of confidence. Inaction is not only the result, but the cause of fear. Think about a child learning to ride a bike. The first attempt is often shaky, uncertain, but with each try, despite scraped knees and trembling hands, the child grows more confident. That's how courage works. You don't wait for confidence. You build it by showing up. What is one small step you can take today? Not the whole mountain, just the first stone. Write it down. Say it aloud. Claim it. And then act. You don't have to feel brave to do brave things. Courage is doing it. Afraid, faith is stepping forward when nothing is certain. In 1955, Rosa Parks didn't wait for the perfect moment. She simply refused to give up her seat. Her courage sparked a movement. She was afraid, but she acted anyway. Say this with me. I take action even when I'm afraid. My future is brighter than my past. My steps are guided by faith, not fear. Now let's talk about patience. Some storms last longer than we expect. The healing takes time. The job offer takes time. The clarity takes time. But just because you haven't seen the sun yet doesn't mean it isn't rising. You can grow right where you are. You can rise even in darkness. Think of the bamboo tree. After the seed is planted, it takes up to 5 years before any sign of growth appears above the ground. But underneath, a complex root system is forming, and once it breaks the surface, it grows over 90 feet in just 5 weeks. Your growth may be invisible now, but it's happening. It's always too early to quit, too early to give up, too early to stop believing, too early to stop dreaming. This is a test, not of your ability, but of your endurance. Michael Jordan was cut from his high school basketball team. He could have quit, but he didn't. He practiced, persisted, and eventually became one of the greatest athletes of all time. Repeat these words of affirmation every day. I trust the timing of my life. I am growing even when it's not visible. I will not give up on myself. You are closer than you think. One of the most powerful tools you have during a storm is perspective. Your mindset can turn pain into purpose, failure into foundation, chaos into clarity. It's not just what happens to you, it's how you interpret what happens. Viktor Frankl, a Holocaust survivor and psychiatrist, wrote about his time in concentration camps. He said, "Everything can be taken from a man but one thing, the last of the human freedoms, to choose one's attitude in any given set of circumstances." If Viktor Frankl could find meaning in suffering, so can we. When you shift your perspective, you shift your power. You're no longer a victim, you're a victor. You're no longer falling, you're learning to fly. Train your mind to see opportunity in adversity. A missed promotion might be making room for a greater role. A breakup might be redirecting you toward real love. A closed door might be guiding you to one that's wide open. Say up first, these daily, my mindset is my superpower. I choose hope over despair. I see purpose in my pain. Rebuild with purpose. After a storm, there is often damage. Something has been shaken. Something may have fallen apart. But this is where your rebuilding begins. And you don't have to rebuild what broke. You get to create something better. In nature, forest fires are destructive, but they also renew the soil and allow dormant seeds to grow. In Japan, broken pottery is repaired with gold in an art form called kintsugi. The idea is that the cracks aren't hidden, they're highlighted. The object is more beautiful for having been broken. You too are more beautiful for what you've been through. You are wiser, more compassionate, more intentional. Don't hide the scars, let them speak. Steve Jobs once said that being fired from Apple was the best thing that ever happened to him. It allowed him to enter a creative period that led to the creation of Pixar and the iPod. Sometimes what feels like an end is actually a beginning in disguise. Repeat after me. I am rebuilding with purpose. My scars are signs of survival. I am becoming something greater. Finally, let's talk about faith. Faith is not the absence of the storm, It's the peace within it. You may not know what's coming next. You may not have all the answers, but you are not alone. There is a power greater than this moment, and that power is for you, not against you. When you expect the best, you release a magnetic force in your mind, which by a law of attraction tends to bring the best to you. So what are you expecting? Today, expect favor, expect provision, expect answers, expect peace. Faith is not a passive belief. It's an active trust. It's stepping into the unknown because you believe there's a net, even if you can't see it yet. Helen Keller, blind and deaf from a young age, once wrote, "Faith is the strength by which a shattered world shall emerge into the light." Say these with me. I expect good things to come my way. My storm is passing. My peace is rising. I walk forward with faith in my heart. Remember this, you are not defined by the storm. You are defined by how you rise through it. You are strong, you are guided, and you are never alone. The storm may rage, but so does your spirit. Let that spirit rise. Let faith lead. Let your story continue. The next chapter is waiting, and it begins now. You've made it through moments you thought would break you. You faced days that drained your soul. But still, you are here, breathing, becoming. That is no small thing. That is victory. So, lift your head, straighten your spine. Let every storm you've weathered remind you of what you're made of. Strength, spirit, grace, grit. And above all, know this, no storm lasts forever, but the strength you gain from it, that stays with you always. If this message spoke to your heart, share it with someone who needs it.